Hey friends, I just had a call today. I've got these weekly meetings now with my hernia buddy, literally a guy I met at the hospital while having hernia surgery, after having hernia surgery. Not while having hernia surgery, that would be a very strange time to meet someone. But shortly afterwards, I think the same day, I we now have weekly meetings, and the initial impulse was around a short film idea that I have been kicking around for a while. Actually, it was an idea that I came up with my brother a couple years ago, and we sort of hit a wall of not knowing how to move it forward because neither of us has animation skills. The idea is it's an animated short, and so we started kicking this idea around, and that's still going, but almost, I mean, I wouldn't say more importantly than that. That's still the central kind of thing bringing us together. But almost more importantly is the conversations that have spun off around that project, because I spoke about this on a post, probably shortly after my last call a week ago, talking about how we might market this idea and how we might sustain the process, actually create a sustainable work process to produce the thing, rather than sort of just deciding to commit a very great amount of energy. I'm opening this door because it's hot in this car. Deciding to commit a huge amount of energy, hoping that we can sort of like Iron Man it through and like make this thing, but not knowing if we're getting paid for it, not knowing how much, of our commitment is going to be remunerated at the end of it all. And that was a productive conversation in and of itself. But then out of that has grown another whole layer of conversation around what other things could we do that would be either, peripheral to this project but related, or today we started talking about some things that were completely unrelated but that had grown out of our sharing the kinds of skill sets that we each bring to the table. And it was really something as far as kind of putting together or excavating these ideas. He pitched me something, I swear to God, it was almost like going into the Twilight Zone, because it was like a project that I feel like I might have invented. It was an idea about taking people's stories and turning them into short film media, either documentary, maybe with a bit of animation, music involved. And I just thought to myself, I was like, well, this is, it's something that I have friends who run songwriting companies for children who are in the hospital. I have written songs for organizations that do partnerships with elderly, with assisted living facilities, and you go in and you write a song with someone. And I wrote a song I'm really proud of 2 or 3 or 4 years ago. It was late pandemic, maybe 2021. There's a ream of things I've done. I've written a dozen songs, probably close to, for family members and events, just because the event seemed to call forth a song. That's the way it goes with me sometimes. And funny enough, the organization that I wrote my song for with an elderly woman who lives in an assisted living facility the organization was called Lifesongs. And Lifesongs, I mean, if I had to like name the kind of songs that come through me kind of unprovoked, when I'm not in a creative context that's like has either a specific narrative or a specific kind of, a specific project where we have terms that are set from the beginning. When I just let come through whatever wants to come through, that's what comes through. I would call it life songs, songs about life. And so basically, this guy's pitching me today on like doing that, but in a way that would be genuinely sustainable and you know, would have a business model built around it. And I was like, man, I'm into it. This is, it's surreal and perfect. So that's what showed up for me today. Life songs. And funny enough, I had just started, you know, because of the short film project, which is its own thing, and I'm probably going to unpack that at some point. Like I will probably on this post or on a series of related posts unpack what that is and the journey that that piece is on, the journey that the subject matter is having in me, because I'm very much living the story right now. And I can tell I'm going to a kind of a creative place. I can tell that a creative process is underway because I'm going on a journey. Like I can feel a journey taking place. And while it may be, there may be some challenging parts of this, and there already have been, and I imagine there may be more. I always want to make space for everything to just be easy and smooth, but I also try to make space for things to not be easy and still be okay. But that presence of living the concept, living the emotional life of the characters that I'm writing, tells me I'm onto something. Tells me that something is happening that is true, that is tapped in, and that it's real. So it's exciting to dig into that and have it really be an outgrowth of my own desire to express, and to see it taking shape, and to see it kind of having garnered support from some random guy that I met at a hospital. How, you know, incredible. And it feels, you know, we're still in the beginning stages, but it's very exciting to feel a door opening and some things coming online in that way. So that's where I'm at today, people. I'm at my daughter's piano lesson, by the way, as I talk about this film, which is all about a father and a daughter relationship around the piano. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.